Okay, I'd like to talk about the greatest challenges of being a writer, for me, being an author. I believe the greatest challenge in being an author is having something to say, like having actual life experience to have something to say. It's very important. Let me give you an example. I read a story recently. It's a short story, about this guy who moonlighted as on Uber, as an Uber driver, and he got a call to this address and at around 11 p.m. and he arrived there, and it turned out to be a cemetery, and there was nobody there, which seems like basically a prank phone call, call. And he spent some time there, maybe like 10 minutes or so, being scared out of his mind, waiting for this for his fare, trying to call his fare. Nobody was answering, and finally he got scared and left. So it doesn't work as a short story because there's nothing that actually happened. There's not enough of a life experience in there to hold attention. Now it could be made into a short story. For example, as he was sitting there, there is something sinister and almost palpable, and this darkness, and there's like black shadows converging. The darkness seems to be oozing from crevices of the cars all around him, and this dark figure is congealing next to him. That's all in his mind, obviously, in the mind of the driver, who is scared out of his mind. Which, a good question is, why is he so scared next to a cemetery? Big deal, But anyway, okay, that's his world, and he's scared. Okay, that's very legitimate. Okay, good. So he is scared, and this dark shadow is congealing next to him on the passenger seat, and it smiles a toothless smile, and it says hi. And in his hand, in the shadow in his hand, holds a Starbucks coffee cup. Okay, so then, completely overcome by terrified, he just jams on the gas, and he just escapes out of there through all the traffic lights and so forth, and this black presence next to him on the passenger seat disappears, and he goes, phew, man, that was scary, god damn it, and he stops his car on the side of the road to catch his breath, and suddenly he sees this Starbucks coffee cup on the floor. Okay, so now we have a kind of short story, maybe it's made out of nothing, but it's about something actually happened. Maybe it wasn't much that happened in real life, maybe it's all in his mind, maybe it's his own cup of coffee that he left there earlier, maybe he had coffee, who knows, but whatever. So maybe still nothing happened, but at least something happened in his mind. And that something can actually grab attention and can actually pull you through the story and propel you through to the conclusion that possibly it was real. So okay, that would be a good short story. But just the short story that somebody was waiting somewhere and left, it doesn't make a short story. So life experience is a large part of it. There has to be something interesting. So that's one thing. Now, if nothing happened in there, and he was describing the feelings and the terror that he felt and so forth, again, it's a part of life experience. It's something that he experienced. Like in some way, he can relate to those feelings, the feeling of terror and the crawling, your hair crawling in the back of your head kind of sensation. He must have experienced it before, so there had to be a life experience to base that particular emotion and description on. So still there has to be a life experience. So without a life experience there is no short story. So that would be the greatest challenge, is to translate your experiences into something that other people would find interesting. If you have a lot of experience, it's an easier goal. You have a lot of experience to draw from. If you don't have a lot of experience in life and you led a protected and sheltered existence all your life up to this point and so forth, then chances are you're gonna have a hard time making a short story. So you have to go out there and get yourself down and dirty and up to your elbows and just really go for it. And if you near brushes with death, will do you a lot of good. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Whatever kills you, on the other hand, would be most unfortunate. And so there's always risk, but there is risk in life anyway. We always take risk. Every time we leave the house, we take risk. I live in the Bay Area. We have earthquakes here. So just not even live in my house, I take a risk, and it's totally fine. And not only with me, but with millions of other people. We accept risk. So in order to become a writer, you have to accept a little bit higher risk. Higher risk of personal relationships going wrong, higher risk of bodily harm, physical harm, starvation, or whatever. Any of those experiences will make you a good writer or better writer. That's all I have to say about it. Thank you.